Do you know how much it costs to train an hourly employee in a restaurant? The average is $1,200. That's direct cost. The big problem is the indirect cost. For example, how much is it costing you to have a manager get pulled away from their duties and focus on the training process for a new employee? How much is it costing you if that employee isn't trained 100% and they end up giving a guest a bad experience when they're new? All those add up to a really big number, because if you burn a couple people, burn a couple guests with improper training with a new employee, now you have bad word of mouth and you might have a bad review on your hands. That costs a lot of money. There's proven studies showing that if you train your employees right with high-level systems and correct leadership, you can dramatically lower your turnover rate by 50, 60, 70, even 80%. That's a huge difference. How much are you saving? So why not focus on this? Why not make this a huge emphasis? Training and employee happiness and employee turnover isn't all about money. People don't leave because of money. Usually people leave because they're unhappy at the job, and it all starts with training. And training isn't just about training someone how to do something, it's a mindset. Leaving them better off than where you found them. Teaching them the mindset of being a better staff member, of being a better coworker. That's how the top 5% of restaurants thrive. They use mindset training with all of their staff, their hosts, their bartenders, their bussers, everyone. And that's why I came to New York, which is one of the most expensive places to train people in the world, and to help restaurants train their staff on mindset training. So not only do they perform better, but they stay longer. When you walk into a restaurant, how do you want to be treated? How do you want to be greeted? Do you want the service to be fast? Do you want to be personable? Do you want to be valued? Do you want the staff to show that they care that you're there? They value that the fact that you're there? That's what you want to ask yourself when you think about, how do I want to be treated? People are coming in and they're spending their hard-earned money and their time. Two of the most valuable things to people: your money and your time. You're trusting us with your money and your time. We're going to honor that by giving you the guests the best experience possible. Now we're going to raise the experience. This is where we as human beings add value. And you have to get creative. How am I going to make them feel valued? How am I going to make them feel taken care of? How am I going to make them feel a certain way? Why are they here? Are they on a date? Are they on an anniversary? Is it a birthday? Are they just out for drinks? Are they visiting? We can't get those answers unless we ask the questions. When they sit down, we should be asking, no matter what, always asking what?
Is it your first time?
How many people, servers, bartenders, are asking every single guest if it's their first time every single time?
If we know them, we don't ask them.
Of course. Of course. And here's a better way to ask. When's the last time you've been here? How have I never noticed you? Oh my gosh, welcome. I'm here 5 days a week. What's your name? But that way you're not just saying, is it your first time? Because then it can just say no or yes. Maybe we have new specials. Oh my gosh, we just have a new menu rollout. You're gonna freaking love it. So it's a perfect opportunity. When's the last time you've been here? You're in for a treat. Let me tell you about some stuff I recommend off this new menu. Ask them questions. Are they celebrating anything? Do they have any dietary restrictions? What brings them here? Are they local? Are they visiting? We ask them questions to find out why they're here, to get to know them. They're gonna start opening up and they're gonna feel an instant connection. Do you guys think you can mitigate 100% of mistakes? No, we can't. We can't. I like your attitude though. We can't guarantee 100% of mistakes don't happen. As much as I love to. We could try, and we should try, but we're never gonna do 100%. The kitchen's gonna get backed up. We're gonna go over reservations. Food's gonna come out wrong. Anybody who stops going to a restaurant, anybody who leaves a bad review, it's not because they got an overcooked steak. It's not because their food took a long time. Do you guys know why they're actually leaving bad reviews? Do you know why? Because of our reaction to it. If I wait 20 minutes past my reservation, I'm not mad because of that. I'm mad because of the reaction to me waiting 20 minutes past my reservation. If you don't care, if you're giving me an apology, oh, sorry about that, I'm sorry about that, I apologize. That's not gonna cut it. That's when I start getting mad. My steak comes overcooked, I'm sorry about that, I'll get that taken care of right away, apologies. That's not gonna cut it. If you go to a nice restaurant with the best food in the world, but you have a bad experience, you're not going back there. But you go somewhere where they just have a good steak, hey, it's a good steak with some good sides. I enjoy the food. It's not award-winning, but I enjoy it, and I have the freaking best experience every time I go there. The manager, the servers, the bartenders, everyone's just on their A game. I feel like I'm freaking part of the family. You're gonna go back there, maybe once a week, at least once a month, because it's not about the food, it's about the experience, guys. And you guys know that as consumers. You go back to the places more often that give you the experience, that you honestly feel like they care, that you feel comfortable in. You go somewhere where you can sit down and you can ask to move tables, you can ask for an extra side of sauce, you can ask for food to be redone, you can ask them for those things because you feel comfortable asking for those things. But if you've been to a restaurant where you don't feel comfortable asking for stuff, where you're like, oh God, I want to ask for a side of sauce, but I feel like I'm annoying the server, or I feel like the server's rude, or I feel like the bartender's like he's just too cool for school, right? I don't want to ask him, I don't like this drink, or he poured the wrong bourbon, or I don't really like, so instead of being able to speak up and feel comfortable in your business transaction, now you're just, I'm gonna eat it, I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna walk away, I'll never come back, and I might even write a bad review because I didn't feel comfortable enough to ask. Because one thing that's important to know, 80% of people will not complain in the restaurant? 80%, and I think that's low. It's probably closer to 90%, but statistically, 80% of people will not complain in the restaurant. They're gonna go home, they're gonna leave a bad review, and they're gonna tell everyone that'll listen how much this place is not good. Go across the street. Don't waste your time over there. That's how fast. Protect the experience. How do you protect it? You build a fortress around it. How? With hospitality. Has anybody ever been to a restaurant and you ask someone how a dish is, how's the salmon, and they say, oh, it's really good. It's my favorite. The staff loves it. It's really popular. What new information did that give you to get you excited about the dish? Nothing. They gave you their opinion. They gave you some sales data. If you go to a clothing store and you're like, hey, I'm trying to find a suit for my friend's wedding, and they're like, here's the most popular suit. You want to buy it? That doesn't get you excited about it. But if they ask you questions like, oh, what style do you like? Do you like slim fit, or do you like something a little bit more baggy? Do you like traditional suits, or do you like something a little bit more modern? What are you looking for? Okay, I got the perfect suit for you. Come over here, check this out. That's exciting versus, oh, this is the most popular suit. You want to buy it? And that's what we're doing. If people ask us about food, whether they ask our opinion or they ask for a recommendation, that's an opportunity for us to passion sell our dishes. You guys know there's a lot more to the dish than what the menu says. And so people see the dish, they see the ingredients, they're like, okay, this looks appealing, but I don't really understand how this dish works or what it looks like, so I need more information about it. And then that's our opportunity to get them excited and passion sell it. So instead of saying it's our favorite, we could say, oh, the salmon's actually wild caught. We marinate it, we put a sauce on it, the vegetables that we do at X, Y, and Z. We start telling them things that make the dish special. So we want to add two things with passion selling, okay? You want to do two things when you passion sell. You want to add perceived value, and then you want to add exclusivity. They can only know if you tell them. You have to give them the information. That's the only way. If Mona sat down and made everything that made that dish special on the menu would be 20 pages long, and no one would read it. We want to make sure that the menu looks appealing, clean, and then you guys fill in the blanks. And what's important when you're communicating this stuff? Nonverbal. We're actually using our body language, our tonality, smiling, eye contact, right? A little bit elevated with our voice, a little bit excitement, honest excitement. Those are big deals when you're passion selling, because people will believe you. That's the difference. So I'll give you an example of advanced upselling, because upselling really is never about adding more food to the plate or adding more alcohol to the cup. That's not what upselling is. If you're saying, do you want a double? Do you want another glass? Do you want a 12-ounce steak instead of 8 ounce? That's not upselling. It's a really basic way of upselling. That's basically like McDonald's. You want to supersize it. We want to advanced upsell. And I'll give you a really good example. I went to a steakhouse, and we got a filet, and the filet was like $39, whatever, $49, something like that. And the server goes, by the way, you guys have to try this bone marrow butter. We make it in-house. We use the same bones that the steak came from because it's the same ranch. When you put it on the filet has no fat, but it tastes like a ribeye because of this butter. So you get the flavor of a ribeye, but you don't have to deal with the fat. Do you want to add that on? It's additional fee, but I can add it on for you. And I was like, yeah, add that on. Yes, absolutely. So I get the bill. The filet was $49. Guess how much the butter was? It was $19. Yeah, $20 for a scoop of butter when the filet was $49. So it's like 30% cost of the filet for the scoop of butter on top of it. I don't get sticker shock too often, but I was pretty sticker shocked by that. But guess what? I ordered it again when I came back. And I order it every time now that I go. And when my friend came into town the other day, I took him to the steakhouse, and I was like, he has to get the bone marrow butter. So you gotta think about that advanced upselling and the power of that, because he didn't just upsell me, but he upsold me in the future, and he upsold me to upsell my friend. That's how powerful his upselling was, right? Just by the way he described it, and obviously the product was good, but that's advanced upselling. It's not about the price, it's about the experience. He guided me to a better experience. He was like, there's a better way to enjoy this steak, and I'm gonna show you how. It's gonna cost a little bit more money, but you're gonna love it. The reason I get the bone marrow butter isn't because it costs money, it's because it tastes so freaking good with the steak. I can't have it without the steak without it now. And that's what we have to do, is guide the guests to the best experience possible. Do we add on those Brussels sprouts? Do you have to have those Brussels sprouts with that dish? Do you have to have the Parmesan fries or the truffle fries with that dish? You cannot just get the scallops without getting the X, Y, and Z. If you order the cheese board, you gotta get the meat board, right? Just trust me on it, whatever it is, right? All those little tricks, and then you gotta explain why. Because he didn't just say you have to get the butter, it's really good. He explained to me why in detail, why it's gonna be so much better. And I said yes. And do you think he makes that spiel up every time he goes up to a table? No, he has the spiel down. But he passionately sells it. He made eye contact. He was excited, his tonality, everything sold it. So that's what we wanna do with advanced upselling. One of the goals for hospitality you should have is getting a win at every single table. What's a win? A win is when you exceed the guest expectations when they least expect it, okay? Not exceed the guest expectations, exceed the guest expectations when they least expect it. If you guys are dating someone and they buy you a birthday gift on your birthday, would you guys appreciate that? Would you like it? Yeah? So, what if you have a hard day at work, it's a random Wednesday, and you're just over it? It's one of those weeks. I want to curl up in a ball, and that's it. I just want to be done with this freaking week. I'm so over it. You get home, you're burnt out, and your significant other pushes a gift in front of you and says, I just got that for you to tell you that I love you. No reason at all, not your birthday, just to be nice. Would you guys like that? It's the thought, because when you give someone a gift without them expecting it, when you do something special for someone without them expecting it, it hits differently. If it's an anniversary, what are they expecting? Champagne or a dessert, right? They're expecting that. So if I come up to them, happy anniversary, here's 2 glasses of champagne, that's fine. That's nice and that's necessary and that's good. We should not limit ourselves to like, I've just checked a box. I've officially checked the box to where we've celebrated their anniversary with them and we make them feel welcome. You have to think about an anniversary. Someone celebrating an anniversary at your restaurant, it's one time a year and they chose your restaurant. And I don't care who you are, you do research for anniversaries. Even if it's minimal, sometimes it's a lot. But you're gonna say, I wanna pick a place that's gonna be good, that we can enjoy ourselves, that we're gonna really like, and they picked your spot. And they're coming here and you're gonna stop the celebration with, here's your champagne. We gotta go above and beyond. We gotta get creative, we gotta get fun. It's not about giving them things, it's about making them feel special, making them feel celebrated, exceeding their expectations when we least expect it. The only way we can exceed expectations when we least expect it is by paying attention, is by looking for the win.